And we're back with Phoenix Wright, passive-aggressive attorney. Thanks to
They
my...
googled it.
Fuck you, right? I figured it out before Iffy gave me the answer. Shut up.
I mean, yeah, that is legit, but...
Anyway, objection!
Took all of 10 seconds or less to out you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? Fuck you talking about? But I still remember it like it was yesterday. What are you talking about, Phoenix?
Well, bitch, it wasn't yesterday, it was 2 years ago.
It was yesteryear!
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us.
He gets older every single objection I make. Alright. Man, it couldn't possibly be, you know, the fact that this thing is fucking square! The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken.
He broke the tip.
Iffy?
In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. I was looking at something else.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence! See, the murder weapon, its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Tuck was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection! Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
What's the meaning of...
Objection!
Fuck
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection! Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
Objection!
Cut me off one more time and that piece is gonna be shoved so far up your popo you're gonna be shitting sideways for a week. Fucking prick.
Old people don't like to be interrupted.
I can't. Oh my god. Good. I'm not good. Wait, I go. Oh, Jesus, you. Okay.
I think I killed him.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Hang on. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible... I fucking hate you, Amy.
You're a dick to old people.
Anyway. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection! That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection! Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No.
Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, I mean, Please allow me
I have
to
an
once
extra
again.
knife, Mr. Wright. Calm down.
Please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Jake Marshall's husband questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant.
Nice.
During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room.
See, it's not incest. They're like brothers.
Prosecutor Marshall chased
And
after
married.
him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that
Mountain.
somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon.
What?
There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives?
Yeah, about 50-50.
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck no! Oh wait, hang on, no wait, ah!
Fuck yeah.
If the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observational error.
Mr. Wright.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife.
You really have
That's
become a
not a
godfather.
north, this is a north. So please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
You come to me today on the day of my...
Me on the day of Emma's court case.
on the day of my lawless court
I
case.
actually think I'm on the wrong track, because, like,
What are you talking about? There was a fucking knife on the fucking shield that they've removed because fucking murder weapon.
There's a knife right there.
There used to be a fucking sword there.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture.
okay, so you guys...
See?
Right, look, leave me alone. There was another possibility I was considering.
Was it the screwdriver?
No, the possibility may turn up later. Anyway, this is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah!
The pow.
What is it, Miss Edgeworth? It's the knife acting up, you little prick.
It's my explosive diarrhea, Your Honor. I request a recess. It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award
No,
Prosecutor
you keep
Marshall is
interrupting me.
holding?
That's a broken knife. Fuck.
Looks more like a lance, but okay.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the picture was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood this award.
Rudder.
Order. I want Big Mac and cheese.
No, you get Burger King.
Neil Marshall was
Fucking stab
awarded.
you.
Neil Marshall was awarded Burger King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken. He was given this broken shield and a broken knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
Objection!
Had
But
a
that
tiny sword fight.
can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors' award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh, shit!
Rudder.
Wait. The prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true.
Fuck, you're blowing my
What
mind,
is
bro.
going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Wait! Oh man, I never know when it's me who's getting. Hold it! There we go, I said it this time. I remember now. I remember everything. It was you!
This.
Mr. Edgeworth did it.
What is it?
Could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list, the one with that picture scribbled on the back. No, the one with the things and such of the things and.
I knew it!
Is that
This-
No.
This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Ding, do. I thought it looked like a room. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skype.
Yes, Your Honor.
First,
Also, that's
the
my
knife
sister.
mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting.
Should it really? But what if it's shit? If it's shit, I'm killing you, Mr. Wright.
When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
Except that that's completely impossible.
Because he didn't exist.
Yeah.
This is essentially most unusual.
Objection! Try impossible. The head detective of criminal affairs didn't even design him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well,
Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further.
Lana?
I think today's the day bitches die. What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defense chair. I'm Nicolas Cage now.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky,
Fuck you.
we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
It's too late to turn about back.
Silence, mortal. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're
Fucking stab
finally
at you.
getting to the core of the matter.
Fucking bitch interrupting me and shit.
Alright. No one gives a shit.
I mean, like, that sounded more like the start to Star Wars than the Garacha.
Are you sure about this?
Look, man. I'm fucking
Of
tired,
course. See, I even drew a picture of him here.
But
With my own hands.
the head detective of criminal affairs thought up this hideous beast, and that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
I know it sounds strange, but I was surprised too when I saw him at wow, I was gonna say the police department, but whatever. Police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. He was a murderer.
Oh, brother, just when you think that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? Where did the badger touch you, miss?
Did you listen to my testimony at all?
His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all?
Nice. That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection! This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
Objection! That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was.
What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? I just
Find
might
out
know.
next week. Batman and Robin.
The blue badger hadn't even been dreamed up when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
Mr. Wright, you're a fucking idiot.
In this room, very well, Mr. Wright. I'm going to talk like this now, because my throat hurts. What was it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show this mysterious blue badger look-alike.
I present to you
Neil
the
Marshall
judge's
cowboy.
beard. No, take that. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's, what is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
But, Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger.
Indeed it doesn't.
Bitch, you are fucking 12!
As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Viewpoint?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from.
Oh boy.
Dun 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 na 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 na.
Take that! This isn't right. I gotta make it look more like a badger. Objection!
Allow me to remind the defense its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, we cannot accept his claim.
I've got to find just the right angle. Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more, or horizontally.
Come on, Mr. Wright. You can do it. You're only a few pixels off.
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from.
You gotta do it again.
More. Down.
Down? Like this, yeah? That's about right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, is this a miracle or what?
Looks like a butt.
No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
I am pulling at so many strings right now, but fuck it! No, it can't be!
Rudder, 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 rudder.
Red.
This is kangaroo court.
Yeah.
Order. Rudder. Yeah. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Whoa, objection to your accent! Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. Wait, what are you guys laughing about?
He's like, what do you mean? So calm.
What are you talking about?
That doesn't change anything.
Objection! I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything!
Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The location, I would imagine. Location.
Yeah?
Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
Not only that, but she saw it at a very specific angle.
Knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Jar.
Iffy?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection! But the body was found flying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Objection! Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office.
Objection! Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly.
What?
Are you fucking with me?
If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through all the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright? This is fucking intriguing. What's my poke?
I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
The suit of water holding a very sharp, dangerous looking.
It's a ward.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the prosecutor's award.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking...
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility.
Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall...
What a fucking dumb position to put a suit of armor on. No, just have the knife fucking point outwards. This won't get me in trouble. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Well, shit.
Alright, arrest her. She's going to jail for murder.
No!
Thud.
Faint.
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
It was the witness who took the victim's life. Serious moment. Then proceeded so with her own testimony. Ah, yes. This is unprecedented! Fuck them.
Objection! What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances...
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgewood, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
It's eternity would we take to prove this with evidence?
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
We certainly can get dead people to testify.
Just you wait. Wait on that. I've been learning necromancy for years.
This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Touché, Miss Sky. Of course. That only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
Do you mean, Mr. Bitch?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us with a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Somehow. That's impossible.
Bitch, get ready for the impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. Good Godspeed, Mermaid Man. Message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that victim may have left behind is in the evidence.
It sure is.
This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Fucking end this bitch.
Alright.
Yeah. No, it.
This is the message left by the deceased.
Is it? I guess it is. I would have gone with the piece of fabric with the handprint on it.
I can't present that.
Oh, right.
Alright, Iffy.
What?
I presented evidence, it's your line.
Did you present the blue badger?
No, I presented the jar.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he just going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Looks like everyone's forgotten that this is just a fucking jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice, for some reason, blood on some of the fragments were not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is that these dots were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
Ones that someone apparently wiped away, but blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely. So, all we need to do is to connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
No.
Mr. Wright! What kind of message did the victims leave for us?
This is just where it says Ghent.
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. And there's only one thing the victim could have written, given the circumstances. The murderer's name. Well...
I mean, like, yeah. Eepa! No, that's an M.
Oh, right. My bad.
You fucked up already.
No.
Oh, wait, hang on.
God fucking damn it!
How do I...
Go back with the lines. Click on the back of the end of the lines.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And then move it backwards. There we go. No, back another one.
Why?
I think.
I don't...
And then just...
I can do this.
Let me just send you the fucking picture where it should look.
I can just do this.
God, that's the most fucked up
that's because it's not fucking what it looks like. That's fucking why.
I could put it like this.
Okay.
What do you think? I came up with this message.
Yes, I feel like I'm teaching you to do is all dumb.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think you should make him write out, I won't do it again 100 times.
I never was much good at handwriting. I guess I'll check the court record.
Do you want me to...
Right, let's do this.
Do you want me to tell you? Because it's pretty fucking easy.
Right, this is correct.
He's just put a picture down. Just from that middle one. No! Up! Back! Go back! From the middle, go up! There we go, now down. There we fucking go. Oh my god. And then it's a goddamn A.
Imagine if
Oh, is that so fucking hard?
My name is Rob, I'm 21 and I don't know how to read.
God, I'm so glad you've taken my message to heart. That message spelled Emma. Unfortunately, no one could read it.
It's a defense's attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence.
That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this.
Oh my god.
Emma.
And we'll see you guys next time on Phoenix Wright, passive-aggressive attorney. Thanks for watching. Need to go back to grammar school.
Spelling class.